Chapter 64, Chapter 27. The new students' admission ceremony has ended. Some of the students have already left the place. Some returned to their dormitories and some remained in the hall. Tomorrow is the first day they start studying at the academy. Currently, Zeal, Clara, Princess Irish, and Princess Freya in the camouflage mode are still in the hall. Clara is questioning Zeal's whereabouts before, but their conversation was interrupted by a voice behind them. Sorry to interrupt your conversations. Princess Aisha approached them along with Prince Fritz, Princess Rennie, and Hugo, who they met yesterday, are seen following behind him. And there was one more person with them. She is Princess Rhea Arabilia. The students who were still in the hall became excited to see the prince and princess of the kingdom gathering together, one to one hand. The students are also envious of the unknown boy in their midst. Is there anything I can help, Princess Aisha? Clara was confused, and Princess Aisha was silly again and interrupted their conversation. Moreover, behind her, there was also a group of princesses from other kingdoms. Clara felt awkward dealing with such situations. I have business with her. Princess Aisha pointed at Zeal, precisely the person hiding behind him. As expected of Aisha, you can even see my camouflage. The light behind Zeal distorted and revealed the form of Princess Freya. Princess Aisha can see a camouflage because during the past year she studied magic. There was a chance in her eyes. Besides being more sensitive to mana, she can also see directly into illusions. What? Everyone who was there was shocked except for Zeal and Princess Aisha. Princess Freya, since when have you been behind me? Zeal pretended to have just realized it. Blue veins appeared on Princess Aisha and Princess Freya's foreheads, after hearing those words. But before they could reply to his words, someone spoke first. Freya, where have you been? Don't you know that Aisha and I are all worried about you? Prince Fritz, who was the first to wake up from his shock, spoke to Princess Freya in a slight angry voice. I'm sorry, brother. I was just getting some fresh air. And you don't have to worry because I'll be fine as long as he protects me. Princess Freya chuckled as she patted Zeal's shoulder. My lady, if we have nothing else to do, we better get out of here, because we will be spectacle of many people. Zeal ignored what Princess Freya said. He wanted to leave the place as soon as possible, because the longer he was there, the more troublesome it would be. He was a girl who was crossed her arms, staring instantly at him, like girlless Princess Reina. He felt that if she interfered, things would get more complicated, and I would stay there longer. Alright, Princess Aisha, if there's nothing else, we'll go first. Clara bowed slightly to Princess Aisha and walked away from the crowd of princes and princesses. She wanted to immediately ask Zeal for an explanation of what happened. Princess Irish, who had been silent since early, was following them from behind. Wait, Prince Fritz, stopped Zeal, who was about to leave the place. Lady, you go first. I follow you later. Zeal stopped in his footsteps. He didn't want to involve Clara in such troublesome matters. Okay, I'll be waiting for you at the restaurant where we ate yesterday. Let's get out of here, Iris. Clara left the hall. Princess Iris nodded slightly and came out there. She also did not want to linger in the ground for long. Is there anything I can help your highness? Prince Fritz. After confirming that Clyde and Princess Iris have left the hall, he turned around and asked Prince Fritz, "What did you do to my sister? Where have you been with her before?" Prince Fritz asked coldly. He let out his pressure and spoke in an absolute tone, like a king questioning his subordinates. "I don't know what you're saying, Prince Fritz. He asked me where I'm going. I answered that I'm from the lake behind the Black Tower. When it comes to Princess Freya, then I don't know," Zeal said with a poke face, unaffected by the pressure of a sword master belonging to Prince Fritz. Prince Fritz was surprised that the boy in front of him, who was from Class D, could withstand the pressure. He was embarrassed because currently the remaining students in the hall were looking at him with whispers. Then he gathered his aura in his right hand. "You dare to answer my words?" Prince Fritz, who was angry with embarrassment, immediately punched Zeal in the face. "Brother, stop!" Princess Freya, who saw her older brother lose control, tried to stop him, but she was too late. "Huh, it's unreliable." Zeal sighed when hit by Prince Fritz's punch. He bounced until he hit the wall of the hall. "This is your payback for hitting me." The moment Prince Fritz's fist touched his face, Zeal infused magic on him. It would activate at a appointed time. Magic seeds. Power lock. Boom! The wall shattered when it collided with Zeal, who was bounced off by Prince Fritz's punch. At least Prince Fritz used half his strength to punch him. What's going on here? A shoulder-length silver-haired young woman shouted from behind them. She wore the same uniform as Beatrix and Kalia. She is also one of the teachers at the academy. Her name is Ashlia Ariano. In the back, there are several people that he knew, namely Beatrix, Kalia, and Kristoff. The remaining three men, Seal, have never met them. The young man with the short red hair who looks a bit rough is Wade Brandon. Next to him is quite a looking man with shoulder length and dark gold hair is Flavio Hardricu. And the last one is a young man with black hair who looked like a gentleman, Elvis Donnell. They were all teachers at the academy. Look at that, they are academy teachers. They are all at least a magic king. When the teachers appeared together, the academy students started to make noise, because the chance of meeting a magic king or above were slim out there. While at the academy they could see 7 magic king level people appearing together. Prince Fritz, should you know that fighting without permission in the academy is forbidden? Moreover, you blatantly hurt a student in public. Kristoff, who briefly saw the accident, spoke to Prince Fritz. "I'm just teaching an insect where there should be." Prince Fritz just shrugged his shoulders, hearing Kristoff's scolding. "You?" Kristoff was about to reply, but someone tapped him on the shoulder, which made him stop his words. "Prince Fritz, you should know that while you're here, you have to follow the Academy's rules. Even if you are a prince, you can be expelled if you found to be in a violation." The one who spoke was Flavio Hendriku. Even though he is from the same country as Prince Fritz, he is currently acting as the Academy teacher. That's why he can't be a picky. Prince Fritz was about to reply to Flavio's words, but his words were cut short by his sister's screams and slaps. Slaps. "Stop it, brother. This has nothing to do with him. Then why do you keep hitting him even though he already explained it to you?" Princess Freya is very angry. at what her sister did to Zeal. It happened so fast that she didn't have time to stop her brother's actions. The people in the hall saw opened their eyes wide. The graceful and gentle Princess Freya currently looked full of anger. Not only the students, even Princess Aisha, who was her childhood friend, was shocked that Princess Freya had slapped her brother, Prince Fritz, in public. She had never seen Princess Freya so angry. Princess Freya then ran towards Seal, who was buried under the rubble of the wall, but she was stopped by Kalia. Princess Freya, you should go back to your dormitory. Kalia walked towards Zeal without looking at Princess Freya, but Princess Freya was still reluctant to leave Zeal like that, even though she knew Zeal wouldn't be hurt, but still. Zeal got into such trouble because of her, so she should at least apologize to him in person. What he said is true, Princess. You better go back to your dormitory. Matrix cut her out before she could continue her words. I can now disperse the admission ceremony is over. White's voice I showed throughout the hall, waking the students from their stupefied faces of shock from what they saw one by one. They rushed out of the hall. Princess Freya saw Zeal in trouble and rubble. She still felt reluctant to leave him like that, and finally she decided to leave the hall, followed by Princess Aisha with a complicated face, and her brother, and the other princesses. Princess Rihanna only glanced briefly as if to lose interest. Meanwhile, Lilith and Barif also rushed away while whispering something. Just who was arguing with a prince on his first day at the academy? Ashley sighed heavily and snapped her fingers. The brush that built up Zeal was lifted and showed him in a state that looked fainted. What? Matrix shouted at seeing the person laying there. What's wrong, Matrix? Do you know him? The normally silent Elvis asked Matrix. It seems he is close friends with her. Ah yes, he is my nephew's butler. Until here, let me take care of it. When Matrix was about to take him, someone preceded her. Let me take care of him. I'm the homeroom teacher. Color used wind magic to make Zeal float and immediately take him away from there without asking for their consent. Matrix and other teachers couldn't help but stare at the figure of Zeal, and Kalia disappeared from the Skydome Hall. Bequementia Grand Academy has a majestic high tower and looked fantastic, not only in the structure, but the size of the academy itself was also even like a small town. Around the academy, there are all forests, gardens, lakes, and hills. That's because the location where the academy was previously founded was in the hills directly bordering Victoria City, with an arena that is like a small town. Teachers can have their residence in the academy area. Likewise, Kalia, who is a teacher, there built her residence in the forest in the academy area. At this time, the fainted Zeal was brought by Kalia to her small mansion in the middle of the forest. She placed Zeal on the floor and then sat on the chairs. She poured the tea from the teapot in the cup on the table. How long are you going to pretend you're unconscious? Kalia asked while sipping her tea.